Hello everyone, it's Dr.SHIVA Ayadure. Today we're going to be talking about another CytoSolve open science project, and it's going to be about cinnamon and digestive health. Cinnamon is an ancient spice. It's an aromatic native to Southeast Asia. Now, the medicinal use of cinnamon dates back nearly 4,000 years in ancient parts of India as well as Chinese culture. And the important thing to remember, cinnamon is a bark. It's not some herb. It is an herb, but it's literally a bark of a tree. And the oil of cinnamon has many medicinal benefits. Today, we're going to focus on the digestive system. So if we look at the entire digestive tract from the time you put something into your mouth, it starts in one of the hollow organs, your mouth. The esophagus is a hollow organ. Then it goes down to your stomach, which is a hollow organ, the small intestines, the large intestines, and the anus. So that is your hollow organs. But we also have the solid organs, the liver, the pancreas, and the gallbladder. Extremely important to functioning. And cinnamon is a relatively widely researched herb. Cinnamon has close to 787 research articles done, 99 clinical trials, over 120 years of research. At CytoSolve, we're able to really look at all this research and bring it together. And CytoSolve literally takes all the research, all that work that's been done. We extract out the molecular mechanisms. We understand the pathways relative to the digestive system. And then we organize that data, which is what I'm presenting to you today. So cinnamon is composed of 4 different major components: minerals, vitamins, flavonoids, and essential oils. 41 different essential oils found in cinnamon. One of the things is that in mainstream science, they don't really teach us that the importance of these flavonoids. One of the recent bioflavonoid products that we've discovered is a combination of a set of very important bioflavonoids when combined appropriately, which we discovered with CytoSolve. I wanted to let you know that we use the technology here. We've helped many companies over the last 16 years, a lot of smart, innovative companies, but we decided with all the mathematical models we've created, why don't we try to use this to compute the best product we could think of from the science out there for reducing pain and inflammation, pain and discomfort. And that resulted in us creating MV25 using CytoSolve. We're going to have more products that are going to be coming, but let me just show you what MV25 is about for those of you who haven't heard about it. But this is using CytoSolve in a beneficial way, not to just do research, but find combination therapies.
Hi, I'm Barbara Ann. My hands would cramp up so that I couldn't hold cards or knit or crochet, and they would go like that. And I'd have to use this when I played cards with my grandkids. And I started taking that MV25. After a bit, I was able to hold cards in my hand. Very little cramping, hardly at all anymore. MV25.
Hi, my name is Sandy. I'm a Taekwondo instructor. I tore my ACL during Taekwondo. I had a lot of pain and limited mobility. I've been taking the MV25 for about 6 months now. After the first week, I noticed a big difference. After the second week, almost literally no pain.
My name is Jeremy, and I suffer from a lower back problem. Hurt my back at work years ago, and I can go to the chiropractor, do all kinds of different things, and nothing seems to help. And I decided to try MV25. I didn't notice a difference immediately, but within a few days, the pain went away, and it stayed away. I've continued to take it, and even when I do things that I shouldn't do, it seems to go away a lot quicker than it ever did before.
It's clean food certified. It's made in the US. If you go to vashiva.com, right on the shop, you'll click there, or you can go right to mv25.life, either way. And then from there, you can click on the bottle and you can order. If you buy 6 bottles, you get 6 bottles for free. Please take advantage of it, because first of all, it's going to help you. It's going to help our movement, and it really supports the fact that we want to take science-based approaches to natural products. Now I want to talk about what are the biological effects of cinnamon. First of all, cinnamon increases glucose metabolism in the brain. That's where that arrow is going up. It lowers amyloid beta toxicity. Very important for Alzheimer's, right? So it lowers that toxicity, and it lowers beta secretase enzyme activity. These are 2 very important things for the brain. Cinnamon also has an effect on increasing NCAM levels, which supports neural growth, the growth of neurons. Anti-diabetic effect, insulin mimetic effect, which means it mimics insulin. Pro-cognitive effects via acetyl ACHE activity, and antioxidant effects via the NRF2 modulation. Then finally, neuroinflammation. Again, some basic chemistry. If you heard of TNF, alpha, IL-1, IL-6, these are they're pro-inflammatory chemicals. So when you lower that, that supports, reduce inflammation, particularly in this case, we're looking at neuroinflammations, but we're going to focus on digestive health today. So that's the biological effects. Let's look at the health benefits. We're going to talk about how it affects digestion, but you can see cinnamon has many, many other effects. Helps in weight loss. It boosts the immune system. It boosts functioning of the brain. It has antibacterial and antifungal effects. Treats menstrual cramps. Reduces inflammation. Lowers the onset of chronic illness. Lowers cholesterol levels and lowers blood sugar levels. But we're going to today focus on digestion. So now we're going to look at the effects of cinnamon on the digestive system. First of all, cinnamon affects the hollow organs of the digestive system. And how does it do that? It delays gastric emptying. It lowers blood glucose. So that's very, very important. What that means is that it also lowers inflammation in the GI tract to prevent dyspepsia, flatulence, diarrhea, and vomiting. So if you look at the diagram here, here's the cell wall denoted by these two lines up here. And what you see here is gastric emptying measures the time it takes for food to empty from the stomach and enter the small intestine, right? Now you want to delay that. Now, why do you want to delay that? Because you want to make sure you have better absorption of food. So the lower rate of gastric emptying is associated with lowering blood glucose levels. So that's what we want to do. Now, gastrointestinal hormone, GLP-1, lowers the rate of gastric emptying, okay? And if it just goes right from your stomach, right into your small intestines really fast, you don't have proper breakdown of food, which means you're not going to get proper absorption. This is why it's important to eat food slowly, savor it, relish it, chew your food, just in general, okay? Because you're also supporting the gastric, you're lowering gastric emptying, okay? So GLP-1 blocks gastric emptying, and guess what cinnamon does? A green arrow means it increases levels of GLP-1. So cinnamon upregulates the production of GLP-1, which reduces gastric emptying, reduces blood glucose levels, and it improves metabolic diseases such as diabetes. The next thing is, let's look at bloating and dyspepsia. Let's say you have a high-fat diet, and what happens is the high-fat diet, an infection from Helicobacter pylori leads to gut inflammation. So if you have a high-fat diet and you also have H. pylori, this is going to lead to gut inflammation. Healthy fats are good, but if you have this H. pylori, guess what happens? This will upregulate NF-kappa beta, and we've talked about this before. Now, chronic gut inflammation leads to functional dyspepsia, okay, which can cause bloating and indigestion. But guess what cinnamon aldehyde does? Remember what I shared with you? Cinnamon aldehyde is that very important molecule that is one of the components of the essential oils in cinnamon, right? Look what it does. It inhibits NF-kappa beta right here. That means it stops this entire follow-up reaction, thereby resolving bloating, indigestion, and dyspepsia. Let's go to the approach now I want to share with you. Cinnamon is very, very good for digestion, and it lowers kapha. Kapha is typically related to fat. It helps with the breakdown of fat. So it all fits in whether you're looking from the Eastern approach or the Western approach, but I always like to take the Eastern systems approach. So pitta is the forces of conversion, and cinnamon, again, increases it. It increases digestion. It lowers vata. Vata is also known as wind or gas, right? So it lowers flatulence, increases the conversion forces, and reduces fat storage forces. How much of cinnamon should you take to support digestive health? Remember, today we're talking about the digestive effects of cinnamon. Cinnamon can have many other effects, right? A maintenance dose, it's about 120 milligrams per day to 6 grams per day. Now, for gastric emptying, remember, what we want to do is we want to lower that rate so you get better absorption, better digestion. According to Helbowitz in 2009, it says about 1 to 3 grams per day, okay? 1 to 3 grams per day. So it's not a lot, but it can really support the digestive process. Again, in many, many traditional cultures, you didn't go to the vitamin store. This was just included in your food, right? So you added cinnamon. That's why curry powder that I talked about earlier already has cinnamon and all these other digestive spices, but cinnamon was always as a part of that. Okay. Now for glucose control to support your metabolism, Mang et al. In 2006, their work says about 1 to 6 grams per day. So notice it helps gastric emptying as well as glucose control. Now for antimicrobial activity, right? Remember, we just talked about one of the bacteria, H. pylori, right? Wang et al. In 2012 said 3 capsules per day containing 18 milligrams cinnamon oil and 9 milligrams Pogos stemon oil. So in that case, they had a combination, right? But you can see it's about 120 milligrams to about 6 grams. So if you go from the maintenance dose for gastric emptying and for glucose control, on the high end about 6 grams and the low end about 120 milligrams maintenance, which is what you typically would get in the dosages of curry powder, which was just added to food. And for antimicrobial activity, about 3 capsules, 18 milligrams. Now, in conclusion, cinnamon is a versatile spice that helps digestive health, immune health, cardiovascular health, and enhances bioavailability of other foods and drugs. A cinnamon enhances the digestive system again by doing 2 things, right? It supports the performance of your digestive system. It lowers gastric emptying rate in the intestines, which means you get better absorption of food, better digestion, and it lowers gut inflammation and thereby reducing bloating and dyspepsia. So anyway, this is Dr. Shiva Ayyadurai. Hope this was valuable. I will see you guys shortly. We have a couple more videos coming for you, and be well, be the light. Thank you.